takes all colors of to make a rainbow, except black. Super Mario Super Show 1980 something. I don't fucking know when that show was
Did
on.
they actually say that?
Yeah, have you never seen that, Lucy? Fuck off.
No! Oh my
Yes.
god. I thought that was some bullshit you were pulling out of your ass.
No, you never. I don't know if it's like actually real, but it sounds really convincing if it is.
I don't know. I don't think they would say that.
Okay, but it's not like because there's no black in a rainbow, right? I think that's the point that we're making. Not actually like we're all children of
Yeah.
the earth, except for black.
Yeah. Even though that would probably be like the only acceptable answer because that's where human life like came from.
I really don't doubt that they said that, since that is the program that says if you do drugs, you'll die and then go to hell.
No, no, no. They say if you do drugs, you'll go to hell before you die.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
quote.
But not after?
No, it's before you die. You get to live through a little bit
Hang
of
on.
torture.
We got some awesome text here to read. Chicow!
Yep.
You've reached Princess Toadstool's castle via warp pipe. Okay. Fuck off. Leslie, doesn't this look fucking amazing?
Yeah, I've actually never played this game. As I've stated a few times before, the consoles I had growing up, uh, were pretty much I had a Super Nintendo, I played the shit out of that, and then I immediately jumped ahead to an Xbox 360.
That's a big jump.
Yeah. And then, like later on I got like more Nintendo stuff. I got a Wii, and then I got a Wii U, and I watched porn on the Wii U.
Nice. And so did Davey.
Well, okay. No, he tried to like search stuff on YouTube. I actually used the internet application,
You fool.
and it was like such a known fact about me
Now you're
that
gonna go to
I
hell when you die.
know that I like mentioned it once, and Jessica,
No.
Jessica Smith.
No.
I went to school with her. Taryn talks about her sometimes. Um, like every other time I would talk to her, she'd be like, "Yeah, I watched porn on your Wii U." She like really latched onto that fact about me, and I would like totally forget she knew about it until she said it, and I would fucking piss myself. It was a good time.
I okay, so I test played this game, right?
Yeah.
And that's the first time I've ever actually gotten more than like a quarter of the way through it. Watch this. Watch
Oh yeah.
this. There he goes. Oh shit.
Oh, it's a secret.
Sequence.
Oh,
So
it's him.
I like
Do you think
had
we
had
both?
I had this game when I was a kid, and I played it and I loved it. So I was super excited to play this. But now after playing it all the way through, I fucking hate this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is gonna be like really fun for maybe the
Um,
first two worlds. Shit.
would you like to hear the thought process I just had?
Yeah.
So, you went to and you talked to the man, and he went
Fuck.
whoop whoop whoop,
Yeah.
and that reminded me of. Is it Eggman that does that? Like runs away and like makes that stupid little fucking noise.
Oh yeah.
So then that reminded me of a video I saw recently of Chris Chan going to like a VA panel.
Oh okay. Oh no.
And it was, I guess, a panel for voice actors of like a Sonic game, or maybe like the current actor for Eggman was just on the panel and it was like an eclectic thing. I don't know. What I do know is that people in the crowd recognized Chris Chan.
Uh-huh.
And so Chris Chan, he got up to ask a question. I don't know who fucking like vetted him to ask a question. I feel like some people should be banned. Well, he gets up and the video is near incomprehensible. But essentially he like gets up there, and have I told you that Chris Chan thinks that if you say people's
Lucy.
names backwards, it like weakens them or like steals their power or something?
What?
Yeah, he didn't like Trump, so he called him P-Mert because he thought that would steal his power. Well, anyway,
Did it
so
work?
no.
Oh.
Firstly, about the video,
Are you sure?
one, Chris Chan does not connect that he's talking to the voice actor. He thinks he's talking to Eggman.
Yeah, of course he is.
And he gets up there and it's incomprehensible, and about the only thing you can make out is "I'm gay, man." Because he didn't want to ask a question. He like thought up a joke, and
Uh-huh.
like but only made sense to him. And since Eggman, is a bad guy, obviously you would say his name backwards to take his power, but
Yeah.
Eggman, I guess, like sounds sort of like "I'm gay, man," and Christian like said that to the voice actor, like, thinking he was clever, thinking it was a jest. And it just ended up being like really fucking awkward. And then the VA actually came up with a pretty quick like response. Like he got on that shit pretty easy. And people were like astonished because holy shit, he recovered from a Chris Chan psychic attack.
No, he came prepared for a Chris Chan psychic attack.
You know what? Fucking probably. Um, and so the audience started clapping, but Chris Chan, being a fucking pompous, egotistical asshole, thought they were clapping for him, so he fucking bows while the audience is clapping for like the Eggman VA.
For Eggman.
Yeah, and I'm just like, God.
Well, look, Leslie, if you, right, were standing in front of the man who blew up the moon, would you not say his name backwards to try to steal his power?
It might be a toss-up between whether I say his name backwards or if I try to ally myself with that kind of power.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't want to work with the egg himself?
Yeah.
So Leslie, how are your fingals?
Oh my god, okay, so I tried studying the game before I fucked my fingers because, like, my thumb is fine.
Right.
But, like, the blister. Okay, so I'm gonna give some background. First day on my new job a few days ago when this is recorded, like end of August, I, got a job at a little Pretzel place. I'm a fan of their pretzels, and my boss is pretty nice, So I go in, and I was taking pretzels out of the oven, and the oven is like 500 degrees, and it's like, one of those stacked, like, ovens, so they're not very tall. They just like pretty much fit one tray of things in each like slot of the oven. I guess kind of like a chain pizza oven essentially.
Okay.
So I was reaching in, and I wanted to be like, time efficient. So I like reached in. I only had one
Fuck.
oven mitt on, and they're really good oven mitts. Like they're fucking like latex
God
and
damn it.
and I guess not latex, like a really thick rubber, and then they're insulated on the inside, so you can't feel the heat coming through. Well, I go in and I try to grab it, and I tried to grab it with one hand, because it takes a little bit to, put the other thing on, even though it only takes like a few seconds. So I go in and I try to get it. My arm strength sucks dick, and it was a tray full of like jumbo pretzels. Big motherfuckers. So I start to like lose the tray, and I didn't want to dump, like fresh shit all over the floor.
Yeah.
So my other hand comes under, uh, and I try to catch it, and I put my 4 fingertips on my left hand under it, because in like the split second I saw the tray start to fall, I thought I was Superman and didn't need an oven mitt.
Right.
And in doing so, I touched my little fingertips to 500-degree metal. Um, and that sucked, but I didn't know how bad it was going to suck when it happened because, it felt like I burnt myself. I burnt myself plenty of times before.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like, oh, ow. And then, I go, and I was working with my brother at the time. So he was like, okay, come back here. And there's a first aid kit. So I go back into the little, like, prep area.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I'm like running my fingers under cold water, and he gets out this green, like, burn slash, like, just like a green, like, soothing gel, pretty much a knockoff of that, like, aloe stuff.
Yeah.
I smear that all over my fingers. I'm like, how long should I keep this on for? He's like, until it stops hurting. And I was like, okay, cool. So this stuff must work pretty well. So I smear it all over my fingers. Nothing's happening. I smear more on. Nothing's happening. So more and more. At this point, my hand is pretty much covered in fucking green slime. And it starts, like, hurting, like, bad. So I start running my hand under cold water again because that's pretty much the only thing that takes the pain away. And then I look at my hand and I start to see, like, big fucking blisters forming right on the tips of my fingers. And I was like, ah, fuck. And then, I told my brother and I was like, hey, this shit's hurting a lot. And it, like, was the type of pain that, like, you started, like, fucking tapping your foot to, like, distract yourself,
Right.
And I'm not usually, like, a pansy when it comes to burning myself. I used to do that shit voluntarily. I'm not, like, fucking crying about it. So that starts going on. My brother calls my boss because my boss wasn't on the shift then, and he was like, okay, go to the pharmacy and get like actual burn stuff, not like not like a catch-all product. So my brother went, he got like a spray and a little aerosol can, and he got Neosporin. And then the spray helped a little bit because it was cold coming from an aerosol can, so that felt nice. And then as soon as it, like, warmed up to my body temperature, it was awful. So that, happened. And then he was like, okay, I'm gonna put Neosporin on it. So he puts Neosporin, or he tries to put Neosporin on my fingers, and I'm like, no. Don't touch it. Just put it, like, a little bit below, and I'll put it on my fingers. Because at this point, the pain was so bad that I was starting to get, like, sweaty, And it was not fun. And then, like, the blisters are pretty bad, and the blister, like, it goes so, like, deep into the skin that the blisters are, like, striped white and clear because there's multiple, like, layers of skin in it. It's not just the exterior.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it, and Davey goes, yeah, it looks like you have second-degree burns on your fingertips. And I was like, fuck. So then we put on Band-Aids, and it hurts like a bitch. And then I put on, like, a glove. And then I realized, oh, with a glove on, I can put my Band-Aided fingers in a glass of ice water. So I did that, and he was like, do you think you'll be able to work? And I was like, I mean, I can, like, do shit, with my right hand. And he was like, yeah, but you need, like, both hands, to work, because you got to, like, take shit out of the ovens and stuff. So, end up going home, like, not even, like, 3 hours into the shift, probably. And I was supposed to be there from 3 to close, which is 9:10, give or take.
Dude. So, like, great first day.
Yeah, awesome first day. And then I came home, and it hurt so fucking bad that for the entire day, I had to pretty much, like, fist, like, a gel ice pack,
Yeah.
like the kind like you use in physical therapy that like wraps around your whole fucking like knee. Had to
Yeah.
use one of those and just bury my hand in that because if I like took it out for even like 30 seconds, shit started to get unbearable real fast. Because the pain was in my fingertips, but the longer my hand was warm, pain started to go down my fingers into my hand and then into my wrist because it's fucking like my nerves were cooked. I literally cooked the tips of my fingers. Um, and then, like the next day, shit was hurting, but it was getting better, and now it's today. Um, no, and then the next day was the day before yesterday, and then yesterday they were fine on their own. Uh, but then I learned, oh, if I touch hot things, it starts to feel like they're freshly burned again. Noted,
Epic.
noted. And then I came home and I uh, took a little bit of pain medicine, wink, and I put my hand in ice again. So yeah, that's the story of me fucking cooking my fingertips.
Would you like to hear a happier Pretzel story to
Oh
offset your
yeah.
depressing one?
Oh
Okay,
yeah, all the time.
so first off, did I tell you we discovered that there's a mall not even like 15 minutes from our apartment?
No.
Yeah, it's like a fucking big one too. We were there for maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, and we saw
What
half of it.
fucking like underground labyrinth of like alcohol serving movie theaters and like secret hidden malls do you have under your fucking apartment complex?
Dude,
Like you just say shit, you're like, yeah, we got a fucking like 100-foot tall big top circus in our backyard right now. That's crazy. Like you just keep pulling cool shit out of your ass.
so that fucking Cinemark was like
Yeah.
advertised as one of the ones that has the leather recliners. Like they got it on the front of the fucking building. So
I would
I was-
advertise the shit out of that.
I was pretty jazzed going in. And I was thinking, if this place has these fucking leather recliners, I know it's a small theater. There's only like 8 rooms.
Yeah.
But they might be one of the ones that serve beer too. So I was like, yeah, man, maybe
Oh.
I can get like a fucking Corona or something.
Oh yeah.
And then I get in there, I'm ordering my sniznacks, and I look over to my right to see Taryn because we got a Slurpee and she's filling it up. And I notice that behind the counter there's 2 Slurpee machines. So I'm like, what the fuck? What are those? And I look a little bit closer and I realize one of them is fucking margaritas and the other one is frozen Jack and Cokes.
Yeah.
And then we go in the fucking theater and these are like recliners you can lay down in.
Oh my god, I would fall asleep in that bitch.
And
so
they're
fast.
both heated and cooled depending on what you want.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, so anyway, back to my Pretzel story. So I knew going in this mall had an Auntie Anne's because I looked it up. So I was like, fuck yeah, girl, I want me some Auntie Anne's. But like we get there and they're getting fucked. Like we had to wait in line for like 20 minutes. And then like everyone's telling them like, oh yeah, I want a large pretzel niblets, please. That's not what it's called, but I can't remember what the fuck it's called.
Yeah, I gotcha. The little bites things.
Yeah, and every time they're like, okay, that's gonna be like a 25-minute wait. So I get up there, I'm like, man, I really want a fucking pretzel niblet, but I don't want to wait another fucking half hour. So I just get a large pretzel because they had just taken some out, and I eat it, and it's fine. It's Auntie Anne's, they're fuck. My laundry's ready. It's fine. It's just the washer. Anyway,
Yeah.
So I eat that, and I'm like, that was okay, but I really would have liked not only some niblets, but like a good cheese sauce to dip it in, because Auntie Anne's only has like just cheese. They don't have like jalapeno cheese or nacho cheese.
Yeah.
So we're walking along, and lo and behold, there's a fucking Wetzel's Pretzels at the other end of the mall. So I go, and I get me my goddamn niblets, and I get me a nacho cheese. And we're fucking walking along after that, going back the other way, and I walk past like all these people in line who they were told like, yeah, we can get you fucking pretzel bites, but you're gonna have to wait like a half hour for them. So they're standing there waiting, with a bag of pretzel bites, and they all see me and fucking walk off in the direction of Wetzel's Pretzels, and then I make eye contact with the guy behind the counter who's making like pounds of fucking pretzel bites for all these people, and he just looks like he wants to kill himself now.
I would too.
Don't worry,
I would
Leslie.
wanna kill
You'll have
myself.
your chance to get pretzel fucked.
Yeah. Dude, yesterday I had like the best fucking group of customers.
Did you?
Yeah, like it was, I couldn't tell what their relation was to each other. Like one of them was definitely not white, the other was definitely ginger and white, and the third one looked like, you know, maybe like a 40, but like a well-aged 43 to 44-year-old woman, you know?
Maybe they
Like she
were
didn't
just
have
girl
fucking,
besties.
yeah, maybe, but two of them were dudes and the
So,
younger.
we're girl
And I was
besties,
like,
and I'm a dude.
yeah, and I was like, is this like a parent and child, or are two like 20-year-olds just hanging out with a MILF? What's going on? But they were super nice. They ordered
Oh shit!
they
It's attacked
ordered
me! It's
like
attacked me! It's attacked me!
three
No,
like jumbo
how is it?
pretzels, 5 sauces, and 3 large drinks each.
Uh huh.
You know, and this was my first day actually like handling shit well. So, you know, it took me a little bit to get the drinks and then to get the pretzels, then to get all the sauces, and then I had to put them all in the bags.
Oh yeah.
Especially with like, it was toward the end of the day. Like, they were some of my last like customers. So my fingers were hurting. So then my left hand was starting to get a little bit jittery.
Mhm.
But I eventually did it, and they tipped me fucking $6.
Damn.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, you know, like, sorry for the wait, because it usually takes me like fucking 30 seconds to like fill an order, put it in a bag, and give it to them. This one took me a little bit longer, and they were so nice. The woman called me hun, and they walked away, and they're like, these pretzels look really good, and I was like, yeah, I buttered those pretzels.
Buttered them myself. My
Yeah,
own
I
goddamn
buttered the
self.
fuck out those pretzels.
With the
Also,
butter.
fun fact, if you go there and you're like, hey, can I get extra butter and or extra salt on the pretzels? That's
Mhm.
like, you can do that.
Shit.
It's like free of charge.
Okay. Well, next time on Mario 64, we're probably not gonna do that penguin slide, because fuck that penguin slide.
Yeah, that's giving me like war flag